Hello everybody, Smith here, and a very Merry Christmas to you, or however you celebrate this time of year in your household. Here you can see my sleigh, my little Christmas sleigh, which I first created 5 years ago. And yes, as I mentioned last year, the passage of time has not been kind to it. I've had to regularly go and sort of strap more bits on just so it will actually fly, and this is the version I created for last year. I'm just trying to take it off, and I do actually manage it this time. A minor miracle, a little Christmas miracle. I doubt they'll be making movies about it. After the changes I made last year to get this thing flying properly, and then I didn't actually do anything with the sleigh itself, it doesn't fly badly. The problem is, at the moment, just the drag. I mean, 2 Saturns, not with afterburners on, but still going full throttle, this thing can't get above 100 meters per second, which is kind of sad. So, yeah, I think it's time. 5 years on, we look for something different. I do manage to land this thing quite nicely, though. I can't remember if I've ever landed this. I must have done. Anyway, yes, I have gone and done a complete overhaul. The only requirements really for my sleigh were that it can fit 2 Kerbals sort of in the open air at the front, and has some storage space for some, quote, presents. And here it is. Yeah, not much sleigh-like to it. I just got fed up with that whole side of things. It's basically an open-air cockpit fighter with a storage bay in it. But, I mean, it flies well. Let's go take it off. Oh, brakes off. Yeah, I mean, it is sort of red and white, if that helps with the whole Christmassy thing. Yeah, and just even with a single Saturn engine, we can easily get well over 100 meters per second, which is a nice change. Let's go. We'll test this out. We'll test the air-to-air abilities of this out a bit more in a little while. But for the time being, I should have hotkeyed the little present bay here, shouldn't I? But for the moment, let's go do what I did in my first. Oops. That's my first Christmas special video. No, we didn't blow ourselves up. We blew the R&D center up, which we managed. Should have taken my time to line up that attack run a bit more. Anyway, let's move on. Okay, for whatever reason, BD Armory keeps spawning in the sleigh upside down. Just give me a moment. That's better. Okay, so we're not going to do anything overly complicated today. Christmas with a toddler. Christmas with a 3-year-old toddler who's kind of getting the idea of what it's all about, so this has been hectic. Don't have too much time to record, we're just going to do some simple tests. Against, well, anything I can put this up against. I did mention that I might be doing something like this, and if anyone wants to send me their own thing, they can do. And Tiger Tail took the offer, or the bait, or however you want to put it, and gave me this, Santa's Sleigh. An interesting little take on the concept. Quite a few AMRAMs, quite a few Sidewinders there. Excuse me. Yeah, he did say, could you make sure you don't put this up against anything too powerful? This thing isn't that strong. Yeah, sorry. Let's get this one going. Okay, there was a hairy moment for a second with this thing trying to take off, but it did manage it in the end. Now, how are my sleighs doing? Around pretty quickly. Let's switch to the dogfight cam. If I'm a little dopey with my commentary or my narration, by the way, I'm recording this very late at night. My apologies in advance. In fact, I think I was a little bit like that just setting up this fight. Yes, okay. Okay, the Santa Sleighs, Tiger Tail Santa Sleighs have gotten some missiles away. Gorilla Kerman isn't bothered by that at the moment, though, continuing to fly on in. How many Sidewinder? Oh, there he gets away with the second Sidewinder. Be interesting to see if these things, the Santa Sleighs, aren't too... oh my god. One of my sleighs, the imaginatively titled Sleigh 2s, one of them has actually taken a bit of a hit from a Sidewinder. I can't... oh my god, that was... oh. That was something. Oh my god, will my brain get into gear? Okay, this should be where the Sleigh 2s get it. Oh no, going for the short-range Sidewinder. Ah, the Sleigh's capable of popping plenty of countermeasures. Something is exploding. What the hell is exploding? I forgot to mention how these things are armed. Yeah, 4 Sidewinders, 2 Gao 22s. This thing is a bit of a sitting duck. There we go. Oh, that was kind of beautiful. Okay, this one in a bad way. Are any of them completely healthy? Josh Kerman. Josh Kerman is flying it, well, not completely, but relatively healthy Santa's sleigh. That's hell of a... yeah. Okay, one more. No, that's gone. As I said, that is kind of unfair to Tiger Tail's craft. He did say, can you put it against an easy opponent for me? Whoops. But I think as... oh god, these things are wobbly as hell. I think as a basic test of their abilities, it's a pretty good one. Let's go up the ante a little bit. So now that I've turned these the right way up again, it's time for a more serious test. So I'm going to put them up against my Red Hawk, the worst of my 3 current fighter subscriber fighters. So it should provide, hopefully, a bit of a middling test. We'll see. Let's get them into the air. The competition starts. Vengeance Kerman is around pretty quickly. What has Santa Wren got in her sack for our Red Hawks? Yeah, only after the last fight did I realise that the version of the Sleigh I put into that fight was the one that still had 4 cluster bombs in the little cargo bay, the little bomb bay there. So, I mean, I did handicap my own craft there, Tiger Tail, albeit inadvertently. Okay, one of the Red Hawks have already taken a bit of a hit. Vengeance Kerman and the rest of the Sleigh 2s seem to be doing pretty well. Let's turn on the dogfight cam. Closing the distance, another Sidewinder away, more missiles coming back in the other direction. Doesn't look like too many though. I would have expected the Red Hawks to have exhausted most of their missiles so far. Vengeance Kerman, another Sidewinder away. Into close quarters combat now. Can she come around and get a shoulder bait? Not quite, not quite. Which is the more manoeuvrable? Which can turn the better? I think with a bit of target switching. Oh, having to dodge a sidewell. A bit of target switching. Vengeance Kerman sort of made that a little bit academic. Gets a hit on one of the Red Hawks. How are the other Sleighs doing? Something happened then, just at the edge of my screen. Didn't quite catch it. I think this fight's going to go on for a while. None of the craft are putting in particularly heavy damage on each other. They seem pretty well matched. Yosemite Kerman, again, it's that target switching thing. Does get guns away into one of the Red Hawks. I think the Sleighs have got the marginal advantage, but it is just going backwards and forwards. Yosemite Kerman, the slightest of smattering onto his wings. Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. Can he make it? No, he can't. These things haven't been tuned, by the way. That might have been a good idea. That's a better hit. One of the Red Hawks loses a lot off of its tail. It was going towards the ground. It looks like it has crashed. Hopefully that should oh my god! One of the Red Hawks and one of the Sleighs decide they're getting fed up with the waiting. They're just going to take matters into their own hands, or their own hand-to-hand. One of them is spinning out. I'm assuming that's the damaged one. Hang on, both the Red Hawks look damaged. That one's spinning to the ground. That one, yeah. It is victory for the Sleigh 2s. Okay, that's it for a middling test. Let's up it a bit more. So, having stopped Iron Kerman from supporting the front of this aircraft with his face, it's now time for our final test. And I've ramped it up about as much as I can with my sort of conventional craft. This is my Spiketail F2, the most recent version thereof. And I don't know, I think this might be more than the Sleighs can bite off. Sorry. I have not slept a lot recently. I think, the Sleighs might be biting off more than they can chew. Let's just get this started. Have I called this right, or do the Sleighs have a surprise up their sleeve? GT Kerman gets around. The Spike Tails get their missiles away a lot quicker than the Sleighs, which is not looking good as far as signs go for the Sleigh 2. I really need to think of a better name. Suggestions in the comments, feel free. GT Kerman breaks low. How are we doing distance? Already about a third of that initial separation is gone. GT Kerman popping countermeasures. Will he manage to turn and face and get away another one of the Sidewinders? He does. We switch to the dogfight cam. There are only 4 missiles each on this. I did consider putting some extra missiles in the little bomb bay there. I decided against it in the end. Thought probably best to let these go in up close and set the Sidewinders on 1 per target and let them get up close and personal without any of the extra baggage. Okay, GT Kerman. We are now into gun range. GT Kerman trying to come around. I think these Spike Tails might just prove too manoeuvrable. GT Kerman, a little bit of target switching to try and... Nope, okay. Goes back to his original target. Was probably the wrong thing to do. One of the Sleighs looked like it was in a bit of trouble there. There was an explosion. I didn't get any damage notification there. Oh, it's a joust. And it's the Spike Tail that comes off worse. Ion Kerman, again, some more negative Gs. That's got to be uncomfortable. One of the Spike Tails is gone. Huh. I was not expecting that. Josh Kerman round. Can't quite line up that shot. Oh! One of the Spike Tails. Yeah, it's 2v. It's 2v3, which is going to give an advantage. Can't line up that shot at all. Oh, there we go. That's better. The Sleigh looks to be quite out of control there. Goes into the ocean. It's back to 2v2, and something is happening there. That's Spike Tail debris coming off there. Josh Kerman trying to line up a shot. Doesn't get one away. It's just Josh Kerman left. Josh Kerman. Oh, for goodness sake. 2 Sleighs. 2 of my Sleigh 2s against Josh Kerman's Spike Tail. Not weighed down by any missiles or anything. If he really does this to perfection, he might be able to come out of it alive, although that's looking unlikely as his craft slowly loses parts. Yeah. Gal 22 gunfire coming in on both those Sleighs now, and it's just obliterated. Oh my god, these things could do with some tuning. Okay, but a reasonable result. I think these now have potential. My apologies that it was a very, very unimaginative Christmas special, but yeah, as I said, toddler trying to get a brand new house ready for Christmas, etc., etc., etc. I hope you enjoyed it nonetheless. If you haven't already, then please consider liking, commenting, subscribing, getting involved with the Discord, commenting. Oh, for goodness sake! If my brain would start working. Maybe following me on Twitter, possibly getting involved with the Discord, great BD Armory and KSB community on there, and more besides. All those links in the description, as are links to the PayPal and the Patreon, if you want to help support the channel. You too can get your own little Patreon Kerbal, like Gorilla Kerman there, as well as your name at the end of the regular videos, access to the Patreon only Discord, access to everything I upload to Patreon. Those last 2, kind of work in progress. It only remains for me to say a very, very, very Merry Christmas to you, or however you celebrate it, where you are. And I will be back soon with some more BD Armory and just some more shenanigans in general. Until then, though, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you next time.